What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven here with your afternoon snap. I'm doing a giveaway for PAX bundles. Stick around till the end of the video to find out how you can win. Today, we are playing a league match up against Capos, and I am currently 3-3 in this league. So right in the center here, every match is super important, and today I am playing Fenris Wiccan. Basically untested, but I want to test some decks. There's a tournament on Sunday this weekend, so I want to get some experience playing some other things. And this seemed like an interesting strategy. My opponent playing King E-Tree, so I assume a Thor deck at this point. I think we'll just throw down a Merlin, pick up some skills from him for now. And that will also fill out our curve. Oh, Aranya. Huh. What's happening? Because they don't have any extra cards here. So I think now we once in future the Quicksilver and then play a Mercury, which allows us to hit the Cannonball. And if not, then we can move Mercury over here and Cannonball the monster next turn. But I'm not sure what my opponent is playing with Aranya King E-Tree. I think because we have priority, their card will flip over first in Sakar. Yeah, it does. And we do get them there with the Cannonball. How good is that? Not sure. But we got them. We could potentially... I'm not sure what else we're going for here, to be totally honest. Certainly, I think an Iron Patriot seems strong, and we'll be battling for it with the Negasonic. They seem to like what's happening so far. I have no clue what King E-Tree does with Miles Morales. What am I missing? Because it's not an Agamotto deck. How else are they shuffling in cards? I feel like moving Mercury over to stop this Aranya makes a lot of sense. Now they have to play into Lechugia. Moving the Mercury now means that I won't be able to move the Mercury next turn. But if I miss, I still have access to Shadow King. This has to be like a Red Wing deck? What is happening here? Ooh, Lemuria. Well, that's terrible for me, because I wanted to reveal these cards. Oh, they played a Thor and activated King E-Tree. That's the only thing that could mean right there. Oh, that was savage then. That was absolutely savage. I think we're snapping. Now we can polymorph our Mercury. We simply do not need it. We have Prio, so if they try to play to Lemuria, they'll be toasted. And I think we'll follow up here with a Gladiator. If their card sticks, then they're locked out of this location. So all could still be good for me. They spent 5 energy for a card that's going to get warheaded. That looks good to me. Ooh, we get an Esme card. That's nice too. Alright, not a great card to hit, but still, value is value. And Jane is going to stick around, which I was kind of bargaining for there. Beta Ray Bill's going to come down, but now they have lost Sakar, unless, of course, they draw the Stormbreaker, and Spider-Man 2099 is instead going to destroy itself rather than move into Sakar. So a lot of these things have worked out really, really nicely for us. We just have to bring it home. And we could go like Doc Ock in case they draw the 1-in-4 Stormbreaker. It's not the wildest play, but that'll put them up to 23. We actually just we beat this location with Omniversal plus Quicksilver, don't we? There's a cheeky play that's like Doc Ock plus Shadow King. Honestly, I'm kind of just feeling... Well, this is the location that we're losing. What if we do something like this? I feel like this is pretty reasonable in most scenarios. Like, it beats Stormbreaker Odin, probably. Stormbreaker Odin's 11. This is 14. We're still winning in Monster Island with a play like this. I think I like this. Omniversal Presence could also mess them up. They are going to retreat. All right, fair enough. We got him real good from a number of different angles with that one. Aranya really just here for the Spider-Man 2099 of it all, as far as I can tell, and then also to give them a cheap Miles Morales. Definitely a spicy deck. Combining a few different angles here by the looks of it. We've got the Fenris Wolf, which is pretty promising. I love that the Gladiator missed, but also thus gave us a hit. That's a pretty nice called shot there. I think we'll run out the Wolf into... Well, if we play the Wolf here, it can never get... Well, it probably can't get 2099, based off what we currently know. Sure, the Wolf is probably the most important card to protect from 2099, though we could also protect the Wolf with like a Mercury Center, so that way it can't move over. Sure, let's do this then for now.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
All right. You're not going to catch me, but you wanted a Sentinel. So you're going to get a Sentinel. They can play Sentinel plus Miles this turn. Wait, is this a Spider-Man theme deck? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Capos. What are you doing over here? This might just be an incredibly silly Spider-Man theme deck. That would be wild. All right, I'd love to play Iron Patriot sooner rather than later, but it's just not good on the curve this turn. Next turn we could play it alongside a Sentinel. I don't want to put too many cards in my hand, though. So maybe I will put some cards over here. If Gladiator hits well, then Fenris Wolf can win the Iron Patriot War for us. Let's see what this gives us. Sentinel plus Miles, gotta be it. And then Aranya, too? Are they literally just playing all of the spiders and styling on me? Wait a minute. Capos. What are you doing? Oh, we didn't pick up a Sentinel. We did not pick up a Sentinel. Iron Patriot now getting a little bit awkward. We could cannonball them out of Stark Tower to win the Iron Patriot battle. That's probably good enough, though. I also kind of want a Mercury with Iron Patriot. It might just be that Iron Patriot's not going to come to fruition here because I didn't pick up a Sentinel last turn. Feels like the final turn of the game I want to play Cannonball, right? Mercury's always good into Stark Tower. I wanted to play it into Orcus Forge, but this is just a safe play here always. Okay. And we've locked down a Silk for now. So that's good. My opponent has Prio, so the Negasonic Teenage Warhead will lock it up potentially for next turn. How many points is this? This is 6 points. So this still is losing in Stark Tower. Which kind of makes me feel like I need to just abandon Stark Tower, huh? We've got a pretty big game at some point of Cannonball, then Fenris Wolf. If they have the Spider-Man 2099 here to 50-50 the Fenris Wolf, that's a bummer. I think that would make sense as their play for this turn. So would I ever move over Mercury? Yeah, let's just do that. All right. Well, we're playing up against a wild new deck, but we are able to come up with some good plays against them, and now we can Cannonball the 2099 and Fenris Wolf it. For a pretty big lead that also tosses Prio here. I think we'll snap. We've kind of already shown them Cannonball. I don't remember if we showed it to them game one, but we've basically showed it to them with the fact that we've got Mercury Fenris Wolf, so it shouldn't be a surprising play. But I think that this place still always wins, so I should just snap for that reason. If they're able to move around the silk into here, like if they play something here and then move it over with the silk, I don't know what those cards would have to be, though. Those would still have to be pretty big points, so I feel somewhat comfortable. Oh, what if they just played a big card into Orcus Forge? No, I think we still always win that, too. Say they play something here for like 13, then we kill it, and we beat them 16 to 12, and then we steal their 16, or 13, whatever it is. Even though I don't think... Oh, I guess it could be Gore, huh? What other spiders are there in the game? Is that the most likely card for them to have? Is there any 6-cost spider? It's not fully spidered, because they're also playing Thor, so it's a little bit of a team-up deck. Every Spider-Man, every Thor. Wacky stuff here from Kapos, but we are going to steal another cube from them. That's all that they're going to give us. Makes sense. Probably could have snapped earlier to that Mercury move over, but didn't want to tip it off, really. And not super confident just because of how, I'll say, like, unknown or how just off the beaten path this deck is, right? Like, it doesn't give me a great indicator of what I should be doing in this matchup. Spider-Ham, we're going to throw Mercury into the Nexus. That feels pretty good for me regardless of how you slice it. I do like the Wolf. Nexus over here also seems good for me. I think we'll just throw Mercury over into the Nexus. I imagine they're going to activate Ham this turn. Take out my Negasonic, which is a bummer. But we'll get by. This is good value for them, because Quicksilver in the Nexus, kind of a bummer. Now, Mobius into Elysium could certainly be good for me, and Fenris Wolf could win Quantum Realm, but the whole point is you have to win the Nexus at some point. I think we can still snap with a Mobius into Elysium, though. I'm fine with this. Just debating if I want to play Fenris into the Nexus. It also plays around 2099. But I'm just so out of room in the Nexus right now that I think we have to play this center. Alright, Thor. They're getting to dump their hand here a little bit. King Eitri and Aranya. We get to play Mobius, which is also a Spider-Man 2099 target. Fenris Wolf, also a Spider-Man 2099 target, but they can't do it this turn. That's the important thing. I think we're going to Iron Patriot here and then Gladiator here. Sure. And this is a Silk. But they can't get a discounted Miles with how we've set this up. They could find a Mjolnir off of this. Nope, they're going to find that Miles. And they're going to find that Miles, leaving Silk locked into the Nexus, which is interesting. Huh. This could be Thanos Eliath. Now, they can play 2099 this turn. Interestingly, if we could win this Iron Patriot battle, we could play Thanos plus Eliath on the final turn. No, we can't. This is only a discount of 3 now. So I think we always just play Thanos here and then Eliath into the Nexus. And if they're trying to toss priority to play around our thing, then we'll kind of get them on the flip side of that to play around Cannonball. But yeah, let's just put big points into the Nexus for now and see where this takes us. That's Jane. So here's another thing I was kind of thinking, is we could just use Eliath to try to nab Mjolnir. We do take the Iron Patriot. Oh, and we actually find Cannonball as well? So Cannonball would knock out Silk because we have Prio. That's interesting. Cannonball to knock out Silk does seem like a lot of power, though. I think we just go for most total points. I don't think that we worry about the Eliath of it all. This gives me a Miles Morales. Oh, I'm moving out the Mercury. Oh, so I'm actually just straight up knocking out the Silk, and it will potentially bounce back in. Well, it won't bounce back in if it lands over here. Oh, so this isn't even the most points. Well, I don't know what else their deck has access to, but maybe now I do just Eliath here. I feel like the most likely play, though, is some type of weird Odin shenanigans. So I'm going to play around that instead. I think they could play Mjolnir into Quantum Realm, but this is just my gut saying what beats me. No, Eliath totally misses. Oh gosh. All right, Mjolnir. And what else do they have? I mean, they get to play, an Odin, and that's just enough. Oh, but the Silk hops out. The Silk hops out, and the Spider-Man hops out. No, the Spider-Man doesn't move. Oh, and the Silk doesn't get to move either. Oh, my dang Mercury. If I had moved Mercury, then I could have won that game. Dang. All right, that was a tricky one. I did think maybe they'd play Mjolnir here, but I thought Odin was a card in their deck, so I played around that appropriately. It just did not work out. I guess Odin was just more points here. It was 8 points if you play it here, and it was only 6 points if you play it to trigger a Mjolnir. So, bummer. Okay. Quicksilver into Crater is fine. And now we are only up by a cube, which is not fine. Okay, Asgard Besieged, we can battle for that one pretty well. Probably with Prio. I think I like snapping here. My opponent has access to Silk, Spider-Man, some other stuff. So they could take priority this turn with a Spider-Man or a Silk. Yeah. Which means now my Negasonic does not work. However, there's some other things that we could do here. Oh, like Gladiator. Oh, and Fisk Tower, we're snapping. Okay. The Gladiator alone was an insane draw, but the Fisk Tower on top of that might mean that now my opponent just retreats. Otherwise, I might have gotten the cubes. They do know the cards are in my deck, but Negasonic does not play here. Gladiator definitely does. All right, 6-4. That's a sizable lead that I can get behind as we move into high stakes mode now. We've both won a 4-cuber, and then I've won 2 1-cubers. So not the best snapping, but again, that's because I've got no clue what Kapos is doing here. Monster Metrop. It's not a great Quicksilver location. The thing is, if we find a location that's hard to access, Kapos has just got it with Silk and Spider-Man, right? And Aranya. So I'm not really playing this hoping to access tricky locations, but I want to keep Monster Metropolis a little bit open. Iron Patriot now a bad draw this turn. Cool. I do kind of want to get Mercury online, but actually it could be a good thing to surprise my opponent with on turn 5 as well. Elysium once again. So this is just a 2-cost card. I think we always Mercury like here. And then probably play this. This was a Merlin, right? Oh no, that's a Fenris Wolf. Alright, and they have Prio. Next turn we get to Cannonball something, if we want to.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
They spent a decent amount of energy on this card, so this could be a Cannonball target. No, not a great one. Now we're like full up in Monster Metropolis, which is awkward. We could destroy the silk. We could just play gladiator. Seems like a reasonable line too. Yeah, let's just start with gladiator here. They've got a spider ham, so we're potentially going to be losing this gladiator and a bunch of cannonball targets in Lemuria for us. Take out their Beta Ray Bill. That's a good one. I might activate Fenris Wolf now so that we can draw the Stormbreaker. Yeah, that gives us time to draw it. I think that that makes sense to me. And then we'll take out Miles Morales, and we'll play a Merlin. There's just a lot of points across the board. They're going to Spider Ham our Eliath, but that's fine. Wow, they snap here. So I think this implies they could be moving over a 2099 with Prio to take out my Mercury. No, but they can't because of Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Oh, they can because of Elysium? Yeah, they're playing Stormbreaker into the Negasonic, so that way they can move over a 2099. Yeah, alright, good play, good play. That's exactly what I thought they might do here. And kind of a bummer for now. I kind of actually wish that we weren't cannonballing this 2099 back into Monster Metropolis. But now they're full up in Monster Metropolis, which means if I draw Stormbreaker, they go down to 20. Ah, we don't get it. We don't get there. I still have a sizable point lead in Elysium and could do something like this in Lemuria. I mean, we're already in for 4 cubes, so it's about finding the best play at this point. And I think my opponent thinks that they've lost it. How do they win Elysium? I don't think it's terribly difficult for them to win Elysium because of Elysium, making things cost 1 less. I think that this is reasonable, though, to have 2 6-cost cards in Lemuria. We could find Doctor Doom. We could find Leader. A lot of fun stuff could happen here, and this is the location they're battling for. And I think we just put out more points than them here. Okay, this actually could have griefed us, but Eliath does just go over the top and gets us the win. Crazy deck here from Kapos. I will ask him what his final card was, but yeah, this one definitely kept me on my toes. To enter into my giveaway, there are 3 things that you need to do. The first is subscribe to this YouTube channel. The second is leave a comment on any of my videos. This season, every comment will give you an additional entry into the giveaway. Limit 1 per video, but you can comment on all of the videos that I upload throughout this season. And the third thing that you have to do is join my Discord. And the reason that I need you to do that is so that way I can contact you if you win, because YouTube comments, you don't always get the notifications for things like that. So join my Discord, leave a comment on all of my videos, and subscribe for more Sweet Marvel Snap.